once upon a time. Truck driver story starts off, this ain't no bullshit.
Damn, that's a cool shot. Like, freeze frame. Big rig.
If these trucks would shut down for 1 week, this country would be in
3 days.
3 days? 3 days. This country would be, they shut the country down. Because nothing you eat, wear, drink, drive, doesn't move on a truck. Everything.
This restaurant right here would run out of food in 2 days. Those fuel tanks out there would be dry before dark if they weren't getting a regular supply on a daily basis of food and fuel. In return, if those trucks aren't moving, the food's not getting to the grocery store. 3 days, you're not going to have nothing but canned goods and rotten produce.
Damn, he's right.
It's a dying breed out there, you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, not a lot of people who want to be truck drivers.
It just ain't no feeling like driving a big old truck late at night and having all the lights on it, you know? I gotta admit, I'm definitely proud of my ride, you know? The closet there's got all the shirts and junk in it, and then that's a pants closet, and then the TV right there, you know? And everything in my truck has to be in a specific place. I gotta know where, like, you know, my cell phone has to be here. All the paperwork on my truck has to be behind that chair. For crying out loud, I can't go down the road if my bed's not made, you know what I mean? My grandfather, he drove for many years. My father, he drove for 27 years. It's just a family thing. I mean, once it's in your blood, it really is hard to go find a normal 8-to-5 job. It really is, I think. I definitely got one of the best office views in the world, you know? A lot of guys make that high dollar and work in them big skyscrapers. They don't get to see what I get to see. I just wish the general public would kind of give us a little bit more respect, you know? When you see a mother talking on a cell phone, she just comes whipping up and cuts right in front of you, and she don't realize that. It only takes that split second for me to run that car over, and the kids in the back seat just don't have a choice, you know? Hey, all because mom's in a big rush to get to work on time or something. We just went under a sensor, and here's another, and if they have it turned on, it will trigger a light. There it goes. That just certifies how much I weigh. Gave me a green light. That means I can keep on trucking. Here, come on over there, tanker.
What are you guys doing pulling square boxes?
There's 2 of us that pull these reefers all year long. Everybody else pulls them dang old bottles like you got there, right? That looks like one of our old trailers.
It is. This is what I'm pulling for quality.
Oh, TM4, you one of our owner-operators?
Yeah.
See, you know, it's really not that boring out here. Like that guy right there, he just blew my doors off, and come to find out he's from the same company, so we'll probably run together up through here, you know? Convoys, you can't really do it no more. They say it's against the law, but we call them parades. I guess as long as you don't call it a convoy, you can't get in trouble, right? Call it a parade. We got our own little language out here. Obviously, the chicken coop would be your scale house. A bear, Smokey Bear, would be your cop.
Why would a convoy be illegal?
You call, we haul, you bitch, we unhitch. And if it's on the map, we haul your crap. Chicken haulers, they're haul reefer units.
Thermos bottles, a tanker.
Car haulers are called parking lot.
Bed bugger.
Household goods driver. I have to be an ambassador of the highway because all their worldly possessions are in my van, and it's up to me to make sure they arrive from point A to point B in excellent condition.
And he has to carry it, pack it, wrap it, and everything. That's why he's slender and I'm fat. I don't do nothing but climb up and down, throw change.
Well, I watch what I eat too.
I do too, but it don't lay on the plate long.
Yeah, well,
I watch it while it's going down because it disappears fast.
the trucking industry needs more professionals like you and I. Am I right or wrong?
Excellent.
Right.
Yeah, thank you.
My father was an over-road truck driver. In 1958, he was National Driver of the Year. I am the last person in my whole family to drive a truck. I was a corporate puke. I was an assistant vice president of a multi-million-dollar corporation. And at 42 years of age, I resigned my position. I looked at my wife, and she gave me that old shit look, like, uh-oh, here we go. And it turned into this.
Man. That really makes you think, Jesus. I put that shit on live.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh, this ain't a good thing. This ain't a good sign. We're dead in the water. Holy shit, this is not gonna be fun. Holy shit, hold on, Skippy. Emergency flashers, hello.
Hello.
Okay, let's find a mile marker.
Get everything they buy. Everything moves by truck. Everything. And Monday, 3 drivers quit. I had another one yesterday arguing with his terminal. He said, you don't understand. I'm losing money to get where I'm at now. Why do I want to keep driving?
So is there some move afoot across the nation?
You would think that. You know, if the truckers would ever get organized and say next Monday morning, say, you know, we're not going to drive. By Wednesday, everybody will be at the table to discuss how they can get the prices back down and how they can make this reasonable for the truckers.
Part 2 of Colvin and Company.
I don't like Uncle Pete's
And it's time to
voice.
check in with
It's
Charles
very
Kelly.
rough.
MJ, I'll tell you what, we've got mounting volume all over the place right now. In Lebanon and Wilson County, we also have a lot of volume in the Nashville metro area.
Here I sit, all alone with a broken heart. I took 3 minutes, and my semi-truck won't start.
Yeehaw.
The country and even the world as a whole, I see that it's getting less personal, you know, less caring, more bottom line, you know, more I don't care.
It's one of the saddest things I can think of. We need these places. There are nowhere near the stops we used to have and the quality of these big chains.
15 years ago, there was over 1,800 independent truck stops. Last year, there was less than 800.
There's hardly any parking in a lot of these big truck stops anymore. They don't cater to drivers no more like they used to.
They're not treating the drivers as people. They're treating them as a trading commodity.
It's a money chain out here today, and it has gotten so competitive. There's no fun left. We used to have a great time. It was, you know, you load for the coast and
They're good, hard-working people out there trying to make a living to support their family. They get a raw deal on the road.
They're sitting behind a wheel, and usually by themselves, with no interaction. And everything needs interaction.
He's always told us to greet people as they walk in the door. It makes them feel like they're at home. When you talk to them, lay a hand on them, you know, make them feel welcome.
The terrible thing with fuel prices we're seeing happen more often. They're running out of money on their fuel cards, and they'll get somewhere and they don't have enough. You know, they bought $500 worth of fuel with $300 left on their card. That's one of the things that we go over with the girls that work the desk. You know, understand that they're more frustrated than you are. They're embarrassed. It's hurt their feelings. It's made them look terrible, and it's not their fault.
I'll probably take almost 200 gallons here, times 243, and then I gotta fuel my reefer, and that's 50 gallons.
This is a Freightliner Classic XL. It's got a 515 Detroit. I have 21 pallets of honeydew melons. You know, I've been amazed at these things ever since I was a little girl. I can remember riding down the road on vacation and laying up in the back window of my mom and dad's car going like this at the truck drivers and waving at them and just being so happy, you know, out there, you know. It's like that would be the perfect thing for me because
That's very wholesome.
it's my world.
That's very wholesome.
They call me Cadillac, and my great-uncle Smitty gave me that nickname when I was born. Said I was the Cadillac of the babies that was in the nursery.
No.
I did not have a good childhood. No, I didn't. I had to get away from home. And not from my dad, it was from my mother. She wanted me to be that frilly little girl, and I was a tomboy. I couldn't stand all the frilly, prissy stuff. You know, I played football with the guys, tackle football. It was more fun to do that and help my dad work on the car. My mom didn't like it any. I think that's why my mother and I did not get along very well at all. I mean, we did, but when we didn't, it was bad. And if I didn't leave, one of us was going to be in jail. So I went in the Navy right after I graduated from high school.
Whoa.
I don't talk to her anymore. We don't speak.
That's sad. Seems very cool.
When my dad died, my ex-husband, that's the day that he told me that he was divorcing me and taking my kids, was the day that my father passed away. I have 3 children, and I flipped. He threw me out, and I had no place to go. We were living down in Georgia, and I didn't know anybody down there, and for the first few months, I was living in a box. Living on the streets, eating out of garbage cans. I know that life. I had it all, and then all of a sudden, in the blink of an eye, it was gone. Hey. What's up?
I'll find a spot and get her back up there to you.
Okay.
Just let me know if you see anything when I get out there.
We got a big truck coming out of the rest area.
Yeah, okay. I got 4-wheeler coming around. Yep.
Got 4. That's Jim, my husband.
I trained her for truck driving school. She went through a month of classroom work and then spent a month with me and another lady out on the road. I was the trainer for those 2 women. She is a very good driver, and she takes a lot of criticism, you know, that is not deserved because she is a female driver out here, and she puts up with these male drivers, and it's to the point to where she's ready to choke them.
If you want to go to 19 and listen to these dirtbags, we can. That's how I feel about them.
Listen, man, I can tell you some things about that son of a bitch. I'm listening, tell me. Tell us what you know. He guaranteed me there wasn't no fucking cop. Now, I told him, I said, man, I'm tired of coming through here, can't get a damn word in edgewise, wanting to sell these drivers, jeopardize these drivers' lives over some damn drugs. I said, we need to get him off the radio or somebody's going to kill him. He said, wouldn't be no great loss.
West Memphis, it is really bad. I have heard about so many drivers getting killed there just from walking from the truck to the truck stop. So many people hide between trucks and stuff. It's just situations that someone like her doesn't need to be in by herself. And
Just
she has
changing the
been lucky so far that something bad, really bad, has not happened to her.
I'm going to take my reason.
Okay. Yeah, I'll come out there and help you.
That one's gone down 2 degrees, and that one's still the same.
So that's down to almost 50?
That one's 53. This one's 56. I do have a couple of things that I keep with me in the truck, and one of them's a taser gun, which we are allowed to have, and then I have this little lipstick case that I carry in my pocket when I'm at some of these truck stops or shady places. My little brother gave this to me for Christmas a couple of years ago, because I've been in some situations that, you know, were uncontrollable. You know, you can't help it. I get out of the truck and they see, you know, a woman by herself, and automatically everybody's like, they surround you and they're wanting something, you know. This is my taser gun. Pull this little door back and then zap it and you touch them. I've had to use this once. These 2 guys jumped up on the side of my truck, and the one guy on this side put his hands on my window and was trying to force me or talk me into opening the doors. And I told him, get off my truck. You've got 3 chances to get off my truck. And he refused, and he started laughing. Oh, you know you want us in there and all this stuff. So I just picked up the taser gun and zapped him right between the eyes, and he fell off my truck. I almost ran over him with the trailer because I had to sling my truck to get this other guy off. Yeah, I'm taking protection, and my doors stay locked. And then I stay in my truck at nighttime. I don't get out. It's too dangerous.
Damn.
But I love my job. You know, that's what sucks about it.
Hey, I love you.
I love you too, baby.
Took a lot for me to find out that again, you know. I almost lost my husband this last year. Another woman. He messed around on me and we started having a lot of problems, and you know, but we're getting back on track. It's been a long, rough ride for both of us.
She has put up with a lot of my crap. These last 2 months have been very good for us, because when we don't spend time together, then we could be on different ends of the country. And whenever we first started teaming, that's the way it was. I'd be out in California, she'd be back in Ohio. And it got to cause problems in our marriage.
I think he was hurting. You know, I don't want to meet her. I don't want to see her. I don't want to talk about her. I wished it hadn't happened, but I understand why it happened. I'm over it. It's all right. We found each other again, you know, and we're going to go back to team driving and be together, because we do love each other. And he has come with me all this way from California to make sure that this load did what it was supposed to do, and that the reefer stayed running. And if that ain't love, nothing is. To come out a route like that, to make sure that his wife's gonna be okay.
Aww. What the fuck? I expect, like, damn, I didn't expect this to be so wholesome.
Be in the left lane up here to go to Nashville.
Damn. I just typed in trucker documentary. I had no expectations. Now I got in the feels and very wholesome story. What the fuck? Damn. Very wholesome. Like a lot. Like properly learn about truckers being truck. Like I'm invested. I'm not talking a lot because I'm fucking invested. I want to hear about these people, about the stories, like how important truckers are, and like a love story, and like it's fucking damn cool. It's cool. It's really, really cool. I want to hear about the white bearded guy again, like the, you know, the
I have to be there by
him.
Monday. Monday at 8 o'clock. And we are in Oklahoma. Says there's a truck stop at Perry. Okay. Shit happens.
Man, I'll tell you, I love Christmas, you know, the meaning of Christmas, and I've always really enjoyed the holidays. But this year was probably the worst holiday I had. I sat at a truck stop up on 80 in Pennsylvania, and I think the highlight of the day was eating a buffet. I sure would have liked to have been with my daughter and my family and, you know, exchange gifts and all that, but if this truck's sitting still, I'm not making no money. They're not making no money. So the wheels gotta roll.
I don't vote. Never voted a day in my life. I don't like any of them. If I can speak bluntly, I mean, it's one liar competing against another one. Let's stop and think about it. Our vote don't count. But they go by the what is it, the electoral college vote, or the, you know, I've heard numerous people say, well, your vote don't count. what's the sense in going and wasting my time, taking time off of work if, you know, if it's not gonna count? You know, really, you know, look through history. How many things were we as people able to change? Not many. You know, our government can do what they want, but the average Joe, we can't change nothing. It's like everybody wanting to strike. You hear that, I mean, it's big on the radio. It has been since 9/11, since the fuel spiked up there. We should, but you got too many companies that have 1,000 trucks that will never park them. So why talk about it? I think my views are pretty close to most of the guys out here. It seems everything's coming in on the truck driver. The cost for everything. Fines, taxes, and it's getting bad. I especially don't look at the future of the country because I know it's going straight to hell. It does sound depressing, I know, but it's not really. I mean, I do love my country, don't get me wrong. I'm patriotic, but not much that little old me's gonna do.
Shit's deep. Shit's really deep right now too.
What makes me go? Right there. Those 3 children right there. That's what makes me go. That's what keeps me looking for tomorrow. And of course, hoping there's a tomorrow. That's pretty much what gets me through it out here. It's the thought that, you know, they're gonna be on the other end of the phone when I call them tonight.
That's really, I don't know. Like these are, sometimes you just forget, these are all real people. Like, I certainly didn't expect to watch half an hour of a truck documentary. It doesn't feel like a truck documentary, it feels like, damn.
I'm at mile marker 180 in a big truck and I'm broke down alongside the road. Do you guys have a shop there? You do, huh? Yeah, and they do towing only? 8 o'clock in the morning. You know, the nice thing about it is none of us are taking a dirt nap right now. What's a dirt nap? That's death.
That's funny.
I was in a bad wreck a while back where I lost my brakes. Right after September the 11th, they stopped all 18-wheelers and trucks carrying trailers and RVs from going across the Hoover Dam. And they started routing you through Laughlin, Nevada, through these treacherous mountains. And I looked back through my side mirror and noticed my trailer brakes was on fire. I mean, it was blazing like a fire. And I noticed that I lost my air and I couldn't stop, and I'm steady trying to press, so I geared it all the way down and it broke the drive shaft. And so I'm free falling, so I'm on the CB and I'm like, you know, mayday, mayday, you got a truck, runaway truck, everybody get out the way, because you're coming down 93 and it goes into Bullhead City, which is a casino place, and you know, there's a red light at the bottom of that hill, and the only thing I can think about was killing some people. And I didn't want to do that. So I just started praying, and I said, well, Lord, I'm going to run this truck off the road. And if it's my time, it's my time, but I can't see myself killing anyone else.
Damn. Fuck.
Picture yourself on a roller coaster, and you're going down, and there's no track at the end. That's the best way I can describe it. And all you can see yourself doing is crashing. What do? You know, I'm looking at the speedometer, it's 100 miles per hour, and I'm steady going down. You know, I mean, there's nothing I can do. I'm scared, and it's dark. I can't tell if this cliff is, you know, 100 feet down, 200 feet down, or 10 feet down, or what. I just know I'm up on this mountain, and I'm finna run the truck off the road to stop it. And that's basically what I did. I turned it, I ran it off, I held on and stuff, and I'm boom, boom, and next thing you know, it flipped once. And I remember twice, but I don't remember the third time. And then You know, next thing I know, I'm upside down, and I was crushed inside this truck like if you would take a Coke can and crush it and try to stick your finger in it. I was mangled all up and stuff, blood everywhere, and I'm laying there and I'm touching myself, and I'm like, thank you, Lord, I'm alive. But at the same time, the trailer was on fire, the rear end of the tractor was on fire, and I'm like, well, Lord, you let me live through this, don't let me burn up. But fortunate enough, with some people that seen what happened, and they ran down on the side of this mountain, and they took crowbars and stuff, and they kind of pulled me out, pulled me up to the top. You know, I ended up in the hospital, and while I was laying there on the bed, the DOT officer come down, and he questioned me, and he said, well, did you have your seatbelt on? And I'm like, well, yes. He said, well, I don't think so. And so I said, well, why not? He said, because the stern column went through the driver's seat, and you're supposed to be decapitated right now. And the nurse was cutting my shirt off, and when she opened it up, I had this big seatbelt mark going across from my shoulder here and across my stomach area. And she said he had his seatbelt on, and he said, man, you're lucky. I said, no, I'm blessed, man. And that was probably an eye-opener for me.
Jeez.
It's more than it's a job. It's a chance to enjoy some of the things you see out here on the road, from West Coast to the East Coast, from the North to the South. Things that I think I would love to show my kids. You know, I mean, they've never been here to Montgomery to see the Martin Luther King Center, or even out to California. You know, they've been to Disney World, but I mean, there's a lot of other things that make America more than just your activity things. I believe in America. I believe that you have an opportunity to be successful here if you put forth the effort. You can't expect people to just give you something. You got to go out and work for it. I mean, America was built on blood and guts, sweat and tears. And if you don't believe in the people who has done that before you, then you don't believe in America and you're not patriotic. That flag doesn't bother me. They fly that flag because of their heritage, so be it, you know, because it doesn't dictate or describe who I am in America, because I know my forefathers helped build this country, you know, so there's a lot of history in me. This country wasn't built on the Confederate flag. If anything, it could have been towed down by the Confederate flag, but you know, I mean, if you want to fly that in your yard or at your business, fine, you know, just long as you don't try to force it down my throat. Racism is a choice that you make. If you show me you're a racist, I want you to show me that, you know, so that way I know what I'm dealing with versus you coming to me, shaking my hand, and then stabbing me in the back. And I don't care where you go, what you're doing on this radio, you always find some drivers hiding behind the mic using that N-word. And that tells me that they're ignorant. But there are going to be places that you go to that you might see all African Americans working on the dock. And if you're racist, what you going to do? You know, what you going to do? Like, well, I ain't picking up here, I'm going to call my dispatch. Look, I'm a racist. I can't pick up there. There's too many black people up there, you know? I mean, come on, man, you know? Or say you're a black person who don't like white people. You know what you gonna do? Go to that dog and say, you know, there's too many crackers up there. I don't want to talk to him, you know? No, it don't work like that, man, you know? So if you're gonna be in this business, you know, you don't have to be as outgoing as I am, but you do have to be able to reach out to people.
The South has got this reputation, it always has, always will probably, you know. We're prejudiced, I don't know, you know, just slow down, just down home folk, you know. That's the way they look at us. I hear it all the time. Don't bother me. Hey, I'm as good as the next guy. If you like me, you like me. If you don't, it didn't matter. Just that simple.
I like Jesse.
Tougher than some, but better than most. You know, I was diagnosed with this grave disease, and my doctor filed my disability, and they sent me a letter and said I wasn't sick enough to draw it. It starts in your thyroids, and it just messes your whole system up. You know, my spleen was enlarged, your liver problems, kidney problems, everything just becomes a problem. I went down from 160 to about 102 pounds. And after the radiation, I put on like 13 pounds. But I'm still alive, I'm breathing. Now, if I'd have eat too much at McDonald's and got fat, I could draw a check. Or if I fried my brain on drugs, I could draw a check, you know. But to get out here and work 30 years and make a living, you don't count. That's just the way I see it.
Man.
But as long as they make these and good Lord gives me the breath, I can drive. I got to make ends meet, got to pay the bills. My kids need things, and that's my kids have been my whole life.
I like these people. They
few
are
basics.
honest.
Everybody's profiting but the drivers. You know, your brokers, they're cutting you, then the guy you drive for, you know, he gets a big chunk, and then by the time it gets down to you, what have you made? Because you got to buy fuel, permit, base plates, you got road tax, I mean, you got cargo insurance, you got to have your bonds, your expense to death. Figure your pay up on a 24-hour-a-day basis, 7 days a week. I did that once, and I made less than $2.50 an hour. It was scary. So, you know, the day of the independent is gone, and that's what bothers me. There's a pride, you know? We all strive to be part of something, to have something, and I might not know that guy on that skateboard up there, but we were a family out here. This family has been disrupted. Everybody's against each other. It's, I got to do better than you. I don't... No! Come on, people. Don't do that, you idiot. You know not to pull out in front of 80,000 pounds. That ain't smart. See, it doesn't matter what we do. If I hit that car because he pulled out in front of me, it's my fault because he pulled out there. I've got to be a professional, you know? I mean, I just got my health certificate, $84. You don't have to have one to drive that. You can be blind, crippled, and crazy and drive a four-wheeler.
ICC is a checking on down the line.
What?
Well, I'm a little overweight and my logbook's way behind. But nothing bothers me tonight.
What the fuck?
Odds on the scale's all right. 6 days on the road and I'm gonna make it home tonight. 6 days on the road and I'm gonna make it home tonight.
What? What did that have to do with anything? What?
This is God's country. Nothing but a few rednecks, a lot of deer, and a lot of turkey. Damn it. Chain broke. Yep, it broke.
My mom was gone. He raised me for the biggest part of my life. He's always done everything he could for us, even if he was by himself.
You don't care what, people say about him. We might have, a house that looks like crap right now, but he does everything for his kids.
My brother Jeremy, he's 21, he's in Iraq right now. Oh, Dad misses my brother a bunch.
He's with the 2nd 114th Field Artillery, somewhere just south of Baghdad. He's always been the one that was right there. He chose to stay with me instead of go with his mother. And that bond between him and I was just inevitable. I don't like what he's doing. I mean, I was in the military and I'd have done it gladly because I volunteered to do a job, and I will do my job to the best of my ability. He's the same way. Not knowing, is it getting better? Is it getting worse? But then I talk to him, and I'm listening to him. Hey, Dad, you know, these Marines just got killed and this and that and the other. They're getting short-handed up here, and they're going to move us up here a little closer to Baghdad. One minute they're saying, oh, well, we got it together and it's getting straight. Tomorrow you watch the news and 18 more people died, roadside bomb. Well, everything going okay? No? Oh, you're kidding me. When did you find this out? I don't say nothing about how I feel about the whole situation to him, because I don't want him second guessing what he's doing. He has to do this over there with his clear conscience, his guidance, not mine. Oh, hell, that I don't like that. Well, I do, but I don't. All you can really say to him is, hey, keep your head down and let them shoot you in the butt. That way you can come home. You might not sit down, but you can come home. You know, make a joke. You can't miss his leave now, because, I mean, Daisy's going to let us use the bar. We're going to have a party. She's going to call her band in. We done got it planned now. He knows I'm sick. I haven't told him to what extent. I've told him what he needed to know. You don't worry about that. You just keep your damn head down. I got this end under control. This end is under control.
Jesse, don't lie. Come on. Damn. Ah, fuck. Jesse lying to his son is like, fuck. What is that? What is that? Wait, are you telling me the son died?
We're gonna let the dog out for a walk.
Oh.
Heavy. You ready to go outside? This is my road companion. Good girl. Here. Heavy.
Driving with a yellow dog, I-95's got a smile on his face and big shiny eyes. Up at a decent hour, never ate yet. Got a little Johnny Cash in the old tape deck. Nothing in the trunk but some baseball gloves. Pair of jumper cables and a set of golf clubs. Blanket on the back seat, we're in rough shape. Sunroof held on with a bit of duct tape. Looking for a gas station, better make a list. Fill her up with regular, I need to take a piss. Sexy girl air freshener, stacks in a pinwheel. Top up the fluids, clean the bugs off the windshield. There in the glove box, if you should look, you'll find 40 parking tickets and a copy of the good book. Don't bother looking, you'll never find me. I'm starting from scratch and leaving trouble behind me. Wicked and weird, I'm a road hog with an old dog singing slow songs, trying to hold on. Wicked and weird, I'm a rat fish, doing backflips on your mattress. Wicked and weird, I'm a road hog with an old dog singing slow songs, trying to hold on. Wicked and weird, I'm a rat fish, trying to practice doing backflips on your mattress.
There's law.
Yo!
It regulates
What?
the amount of time we can be on the road and our sleep period. Your federal DOT, local cops, anybody can look at your logbook and fine you for not following the rules and regulations. Okay, started out in Coon Rapids. I fueled here in Faribault, Minnesota. What's the problem with the new rules? They say put it in this 14 hours. 11 hours driving. But why couldn't I put a 5-hour break in here, kick my feet up anywhere in here, and do another 5 hours over here? Did it for 26 years. It's forcing me to drive when I really need to take a break.